Chris Melcher the next morning and essentially just stated it was a misunderstanding that this timeline had all been essentially played out. I'm sure at the last minute it probably just didn't grace your desk, so just wanted to let you know that was all clarified the following day, and thank you for your hard work, Sarah.
Jim?
Sarah, one thing that I worry about as we redistrict to the go to the six districts is that we do the best we can to keep neighborhoods together. And we have a pretty active neighborhood group here in town, and multiple neighborhood groups overseen by Councilman. And when issues arise within a neighborhood, it's really nice to be able to organize by neighborhood to address issues that affect people in a close proximity. So that's one thing I would just throw out there and suggest that we do what we can to try to keep neighborhoods together.
Brent?
I feel like I should qualify or clarify some comments that have been made, that I made. It ended up in the newspaper about the southeast part of town, an area that I currently represent. I'm proud to represent, think I represented well. When I became involved in city politics in the mid-1990s, that district, that area of town was in the district that included the Broadmoor. Pretty diverse neighborhoods with different concerns and problems and challenges. In the subsequent redistricting, it was moved over to the east side of town, but the area that I now represent that includes that also includes areas like Old Farm, Village 7, Stetson Hills, Banning Lewis Ranch. Again, areas that have probably different problems in the southeast part of town. And discussing the representation in the area of the southeast part of town with some Latino and African American leaders in our community who were referenced in a Gazette article about redistricting a few weeks ago, and we're talking with Kono, and looking at the federal guidelines that were provided to us, it's pretty apparent to me that the folks in the southeast part of town have a reason to feel disenfranchised. And the process allows for constructing districts when you have a large minority population that will give them an equal opportunity to select a representative from that district. And my comments, perhaps I should have, when I sent my email to Sarah after the first article, and I said, let's draw the boundary at Platte. I live just north of Platte. I don't want to run against a minority approved candidate. Probably should have been, I would not like to see a minority candidate run against an incumbent. I don't know if we have any advantage in running in this kinds of elections as incumbent. It was not intended to, as some people say, play a race card, because I certainly have been down in that area a lot. I think we talked to the people in Deerfield Hills, where I've spent a lot of time. They would agree that they have received representation. So in your consideration for drawing the maps, we have an opportunity going to smaller districts to carve out, and I think that's kind of the terminology the federal guidelines provide, that district so that they could feel more inclusive of what goes on in our community. They do have unique problems, and as any citizen can make suggestions, I suspect that these leaders that were quoted in the newspaper had probably given you some comments about what they would like. They certainly did in the paper what they would like to see in redistricting. So that my intention was to give the area that I currently represent a better chance to be represented. Thank you.
Any other questions for Brandon?